The Inside Story with your friendly vodka fan, Lydia Bayerjo. Here in California, everyone seems to know so much about wineries and the wine crafting process. And yet, when most people think of vodka, something I adore, they associate it with flavorless, mass-produced liquor. So I decided to set out on a mission to enlighten the public. And what better place to discover the inside scoop than in my own backyard at St. George Spirits, located on the Alameda Naval Base. This distillery uses artisan techniques to infuse flavor into their liquors, so you can taste and smell the powerful aromatics of the ingredients, something unheard of in the world of vodka. Now let's check it out. What makes Hangar One vodka so different?
The marketing about vodka is always about vodka that's been distilled 5 times, and then we're going to filter it through diamond dust and puffy whiskers, and it's going to be this product that you can't taste and you can't smell, but it's going to, give you utility drinking at the end of a Friday night, and that's completely ridiculous. We drink mineral water because we like the imperfections in the water. It's not the water so much as the imperfections. We like the taste, the character of it. The whole point of this is to take those imperfections that are alcohol soluble, that smell and taste like a fresh, ripe pear, and capture those with the spirit, and actually, put that into a glass.
What makes vodka vodka?
Brandy is defined as being distilled from a fruit. Rum is distilled from sugarcane or molasses. Whiskey, it's a grain. It has to come from a grain. There are certain special restrictions for, say, like a bourbon or something like that. Vodka is one of the only categories that's not defined by the product that goes into it, but it's actually defined by the amount of distillation, the proof reached during the distillation process has to be 95%, so 190 proof to be defined as vodka. So in that sense, you can make vodka from anything. We can make it from sugarcane, we can make it from pears, wheat, corn. You could probably make it from kittens if you could get them to ferment and get the alcohol out of them.
What are some of the other infusions you've made?
Chances are pretty good. They name something we probably tried it at some point, or contemplated it, or it's blown up in our face. So I've got black garlic infusing right now. To be honest with you, it kind of smells like a tortilla chip. Years ago, we made a wasabi vodka that we discovered sort of after the fact was really an old World War I recipe for mustard gas. So we'll hopefully never make that again. Otherwise, we're going to have to hire more cellar hands.
What makes St. George Spirits so unique?
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where people have a lot of opportunities, especially in this area, to, try wine and try beer and all these things. But this is a very rare opportunity to be able to actually go through a whole flight of a lot of different spirits, to have a distillery on site, so you can see the production as you're tasting a thing. So I think it's something unique and different, and I think if anybody's interested in any aspect of that, you should check it out. It's pretty cool.
What is the proper way to taste vodka?
So a lot of people come into this and they definitely think of it as wine tasting. So we get a lot of this happening, which is very, very bad, right? High proof alcohol, when you add air, it volatilizes the alcohol. It blows up in your mouth, essentially. Really funny to watch people do, but not so fun for them to experience. So vodka tasting and spirits tasting in general is pretty much the exact opposite. So instead of sticking your nose all the way in the glass, you want to just smell from the top. So you get a nice fragrance and aroma, not the bottom, where you get a lot of the alcohol content. And when you take a sip, you want to take a small sip, you want to swallow, and then you want to exhale. So the idea really is getting the air away from your mouth instead of adding air to your mouth. The exhale is going to give you a really nice finish to the flavor, and you won't breathe fire. So 2 very nice things.
What do you think of vodka culture?
I mean, I think in this area, especially in California, people are really into wine, and there's tons of wine knowledge, and everybody's, knows all this stuff about wine, but kind of doing the same thing with vodka is a little weird for a lot of people. Definitely for me. think vodka is one of those things where people kind of think of it as something you knock back a whole lot of and don't really appreciate. But here at St. George, it's quite the opposite. It's vodka's really made here to be appreciated. Vodka can actually taste good, and you can actually have vodka with flavors in it that doesn't taste like aspartame and chemicals. It actually tastes like fruit. Something you can actually, straight vodka you can sip on and enjoy and not have to slam back and not remember anything about the evening. Good stuff.
If you're interested in learning more about St. George Distillery and their unique distillations, you can check out their website at www.stgeorgespirits.com or at www.hangarone.com. If you'd like to visit St. George Distillery, they are located at 2601 Monarch Avenue, Alameda, California, 94501, at Alameda Point on the old Alameda Naval Base. Their tasting room and store are open Wednesday through Saturday, noon to 7 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 6 p.m. They also offer tours on Saturdays and Sundays at 1 p.m.